Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Commiserate Season 3. I am your host, Sam.
And I'm your host, Dave.
And this is a very exciting moment because we are coming to you live from our new studio. You're not matching my energy,
sorry.
and I'm very hurt by that. Yeah.
I'm very excited. This is big.
Yeah, and you should be very proud of this.
We have been collaborating on this journey for quite a while.
We've got actual lights.
Real life.
Now.
Actually, okay, for two guys with like a pretty marginal budget, I feel like we've done very well with
marginal is a very safe word to use. Yeah, we got new lights, old cameras, new microphones,
new chairs, new
chairs,
new to us.
New us.
Great. Actually, I got a new microphone
that I am using.
You are. Yeah.
It's so pretty.
Look at technically, it is a Yeti.
Yeah.
But I opted for the Logitech because I'm a Logitech fanboy.
You are. Yeah, we both have microphones now.
And our new microphone arms.
New microphone arms.
The beautiful paint job.
Newly painted walls. If you've been following our podcast studio remodel journey, might have seen the video.
And I love the vibe that you happen to have the lamp and the record player stand.
Oh.
And the table. And so it all just kind of came together.
My books fell over. Don't look at me.
It's a very nice book collection. I do appreciate that since we've started this murder mystery podcast, that you've grown your collection of Sherlock Holmes, Agatha Christie books.
It's been fun.
It's a nice little collection now, you know?
Now that the weather's getting nicer, been going outside with our string lights outside. Very white of me, I know, but just reading time. It's very decompressing. Feels good. Yeah, I'm glad that this all finally came together. And just in time, because we're going to be ending the podcast.
What a way to just drop that bombshell. You can't just run that up on the fans like that.
I know how to bury the lead.
You got to warm them up. Friends, it's been such a great journey. Just in time that we got our lighting and our real sound stage and studio and stuff. It really just kind of put us in a corner where we had to stop and think about where have we come from?
No.
Where are we at?
Missed opportunity. You could have said,
where are we going?
Thank you.
Give me out. You gotta.
Wow.
I'm setting the volley. I'm setting the spike.
I was waiting for you to lob it in and.
Oh, okay. Okay. Where have we come from? Where we are?
And where are we going?
Where are we going?
Yeah. It was just, y'all. We're busy. It may not look it, but we are very busy.
We may look like two unemployed losers.
Well, yeah.
But we have
no comment.
We have things to do.
Yeah. But
the time is just getting away.
I think it's important to talk about how we got here, for starters. When we started the podcast, originally, the idea was to just have a safe space for us to air our Star Wars grievances. And with the Ahsoka series starting in 2023, I remember we watched the premiere together and we said, you know what? Let's start the podcast now. We've talked about this for too long. We finished watching the season premiere and just hit record on the voice app on my phone and just went from there.
We went from there, and it shows. If you go back to I've gone back and listened to some of the earlier episodes, and it was rough.
It is rough. It is rough. And we reviewed Ahsoka and basically every other Star Wars series that has been produced ever since.
We've reviewed Loki, which was Disney, but it was
that was
new
the most
and
random
fresh.
Thing we've reviewed.
That was a little, yeah. I think at that point the algorithms were like, "Whoa, wait.
What are you guys doing?" I think the algorithm might have been saying, "All right, so you're going Disney vibe here."
I think we lost ourselves. That was our that was like our breakout album where we were like, let's try something new and different, and it didn't. It was good. I think it was fun, but it
Yeah. That was probably the most uncharacteristic thing we've reviewed.
The fame got to us. because we were like,
Because we had two of
we
our
had
friends say like,
two.
"Hey, I love your podcast."
Yeah, but it was like, oh, this is a new series. We should like keep up to date posting, and we didn't.
We did
didn't. I
not.
think we did like a massive 3-episode arc at the end.
Yeah, and then over time, once our murder mystery business got going, we realized, hey, we could use the podcast as like a vehicle to tie into our murder mystery business and promote our games. And so then we started doing this weird mix of content where we were still talking about Star Wars, but also Murder on the Orient Express and whatever other, Knives Out. We did Knives Out reviews.
We did a couple of murder mystery. I think we did movies.
We basically,
Because we did like Star Wars, and then we were like, oh, let's do murder mystery movies. So we did like Clue. That was still one of our best.
I think that might be my favorite.
A 2 or 3 hour episode. That was a little
I think that might have been my favorite thing we reviewed. That's a good question, actually, to think about for the future. Our favorite things we've reviewed. But yeah, and so time has gotten away from us as well. You've probably noticed we are not super consistent with our podcast release.
Sorry.
I really respect professional podcasters who are so consistent, not only with their release schedule, but also the consistent quality. I was listening to Pod Meets Twirled earlier today. They're reviewing the current season of Survivor, but they had Rob Cesternino. I think that's his last name. Anyway, this host they had on, he has hosted a Survivor themed podcast since 2010.
Holy crow.
I was like, were podcasts even a thing in 2010?
16 years? No, yeah, they would have been. I mean, that's early days. Yeah. That's like iPod.
Yes, I'm like that. And he is still doing it to this.
That's a level of dedication, but also financial like independence that I don't think we'll ever achieve.
Yeah. And we're like on year 3 and like, I probably got to call it quits.
Well, what are we at? Episode 50, 60, I think.
We've done 60 episodes. Yeah. Which I was hoping to make it to 100.
I'm, looking
for
at
syndication.
It though, I think looking back, it's like, wow, 60 episodes over 3 years. That's actually not bad.
It's not bad. But it's not good.
But when you look at like our release schedule and just how haphazard it is, it's probably not like a positive thing.
Even as we're recording this, we still have 2 episodes that I have yet to edit and release. And when you factor in the fact that I do all the editing myself, we setting up all this equipment, that's just the 2 of us. And
Sam, I know this and I love you. Okay? You do great. He actually does this professionally, but also as a hobby.
and as a hobby, mainly as a hobby that turned into a profession. But so as time has gone on and the internet, podcasts are everywhere.
Which is great. I think part of the accessibility of such, not a tool, like a venue like this is great. I mean, if we didn't have the Apple phone voice app, if we didn't have, Audacity and other tools that are just so accessible.
We found the Audacity.
We have the Audacity. But all of these tools that make life so much more accessible. And web tools for releasing and editing and stuff, like it makes life a lot easier, but it also means that the field is like almost oversaturated now with
and
too much.
Yeah. And so putting ourselves out there, and especially on an environment like TikTok, where you voice one opinion and you get 90% hate, 10% support.
We live in a dangerous world where you can be famous and you can have like public sway. But if you say one thing wrong, or one thing that the algorithm, the man that be, or the people don't like, you can not just get shadow banned for one video, but your entire reputation, your person.
And I firmly believe that once something stops being fun, you should no longer do it. And it hasn't stopped being fun.
I don't think so.
But as it gets closer
it's getting
to that
close
point,
to the amount of work. I saw this on Reddit the other day. They were like, what video game like started out as fun, but then like the achievement hunting became like a full-time job. And they were reviewing a couple of games, But I was like, it kind of stopped and I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, hobbies are supposed to be relaxing, like a break.
This is supposed to be fun.
I'm having fun. It's supposed to be a break from reality, from work. That's my kind of entertainment, is escapism. That's, I think, why we love Star Wars.
That's true. And so this started out, the plan was not to get famous.
It wasn't, but
and that still hasn't happened.
Well, good for us.
We were never in this for the money.
If that was a goal, that box is unchecked.
It morphed into another way for us to plug our business, and it has helped
significantly.
For sure. Like we are in a really good place, and very grateful for that. So that's where we want to shift our focus now into more so.
I felt really bad. We got an email from a very nice lady that actually asked us. She's like, "Hey, I see you make these murder mystery party kits. Like, would you be able to write a custom one?" And we got together. We looked at each other and we're like, we want to. Yeah, that would be awesome to like meet with a client, discuss their needs, like what their vision is, and then custom write. And like we always have so much fun writing these things. But when we're like, we don't have the time to dedicate toward our business, let alone our hobbies, like, what are we doing?
As you said all that, I just realized I never wrote back to her.
Yeah, I was drafting an email this afternoon. And then,
that was like a month ago.
I know. Hey, we're
not good
busy.
business people either.
We need a secretary.
Again, to reiterate, it's just the two of us running everything, and that can be a lot to keep up with at times. So yeah. So
we'll do better. We promise.
We'll do better. We want to pour more of our time into that, and gradually on our socials, you're going to see less and less of us, our faces, and more focus on our games and party planning tips, and more of what people are looking for as opposed to us complaining about movies.
Because let's be honest, the amount of people that start our podcast and how many people actually finish an episode, the number, it drops quite a bit.
Yeah, we have a handful of loyal followers.
So for our one fan in the Azores, we love you.
We would not be here without you.
Stay in contact. Make sure to DM us on our Instagram.
So we're not going to let all this work into our new studio go to waste either. We're going to be doing...
I think that was actually the catalyst. Like when we got everything, like we got the walls painted, we bought all the equipment, we set it up. And when when we started putting money down on like good equipment, we were like, oh, this is real.
This is real. And mind you, this is our side business. We both already have full-time jobs on top of it. So the plan is this third and final season we're doing, it's just going to be a celebratory victory lap, I would say. We're going to have specific episodes dedicated to our games where we can tell you the full backstory, everything that you could expect. If you play the game, we're still going to be reviewing Maul, Shadow Lord, going back to our Star Wars roots. And I think we're going to talk about the Young Sherlock series. We didn't get a chance to talk about that.
I'm very excited about that, yeah.
And to honor both of us, we'll be doing some episodes where you pick one of your favorite films, I pick one of my favorites, and we have to review it. And you have to watch it and love it. And like, I feel like I've forced you to watch them all already, though. And you forced me to watch
Return to Oz. That's already done. Treasure Planet. We already watched that.
Oh yeah, we did watch Treasure Planet.
Yeah, that was a good one.
No, there's let's not give anything away. But
I already know what I want to make you watch.
Okay, you might have already.
I already made you watch. We already saw Primer.
Primer. Oh wait, which
Primer?
one was Primer?
It was the time travel one.
No, I didn't see that yet.
I thought we.
No, we talked about it.
Who did I watch that with?
Your roommate?
I know. Okay, I've seen. So Steph introduced me to Primer, and I've seen it like a dozen times, at least.
You've seen it about a dozen times?
Yeah, since then. So it's a good. Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to watch it.
Yeah. So a lot of good stuff coming. So I don't know when exactly the final episode will be. That will have to be quite an event. But yeah, so we're not going away just yet. You'll just be seeing gradually.
We'll just do like a 10-hour live stream podcast.
Yeah. Clips of the podcast you won't see as much, but I'll still keep the
We'll
socials
pepper a
active
couple
there.
of good ones in there, you know.
So that was a lot.
That was heavy. It was
That was
it
heavy.
was short but heavy.
Let's take a break and let that marinate a little bit with the audience. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Star Wars again. We're back, and Dave has some slippers that he wants to show off to the camera.
No, I don't. I really don't. No, nobody should ever see these slippers.
You know, so my wife got like a bunch of pairs of slippers when we got married. That was like a random gift that for some reason she got like 4 pairs of slippers gifted to her, and all of them said something to the effect of like bride to be, or you know, bride tribe, this and that. And she couldn't bring herself to get rid of any of them after we got married.
So now she has 4 pairs of slippers.
And so she said, you know what if I keep them here for when guests come over and they want some slippers? Sure, that's a great idea. So
And
Dave
lo and
needed some
behold,
slippers tonight.
I'm wearing the fuzzy white slides.
It just says bride, nothing else.
It says bride on the back.
Oh, so cute.
I'm not going to show the camera that, but yes, it does. In fact, they are. I don't, you know, for me though, I don't get the idea of like the concept of slide slippers. And I know slides are so popular. Like people wear them. I saw a dude in the gym the other day wearing slides. People go do their laundry in slides.
I don't like them
they
either,
like
actually.
go hiking.
I've never owned a pair of them, and I don't see
find
the
them
appeal.
comfortable.
Yeah, this is.
I don't like
more
if
my
I'm
style,
wearing
yeah.
slippers, it's for the warmth. So I want like the fuzzy insides.
Yes.
And, anyway, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm tangent.
I thought you were
going
gonna-
off on a tangent.
I thought you were gonna say you didn't see the point of them saying bride on it. It's like, in case you forget, you're the bride. You have this label to remind you. Okay, thumbnail. All right, so
All right, can we
Let's
get to
talk
something
about-
on a series? Are we starting the Maul series?
we're starting the Maul
Okay.
series.
Um,
The Maul Shadow Lord.
so
That is what it's the full title, right?
Maul Shadow Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. So initial thoughts, just overall, like you saw like the release trailer last year.
Yeah. Oh, that was a big
It was
hype
huge.
moment for the fandom.
They said YouTube had over 500,000 views on the initial trailer
Yeah.
release.
Yeah.
First day.
I always know anything animation that Filoni is behind, I'm probably gonna enjoy, with the exception of the Bad Batch. But and Sam Witwer, I think that's his. Yeah, man, I could listen to him voice this character all day. So of course I'm gonna be on board to watch it. I do have a couple of complaints, but I'll let you voice your overall thoughts first.
Initially, I was super excited about this.
Because they've only released the first 2 episodes so far.
So as of April 10th, they've only released the first 2 episodes. When this first initially was announced, I'm not holding my breath. Disney has released so many other Star Wars animated features. Star Wars Fighters, the Rebels was good. Like the first season was iffy. Bad Batch was just kind of a hot mess. Like there was just so many other bad series that it's like, well, and then Ahsoka had so much, like Mandalorian season 3, Ahsoka. It was just so many mixed reviews. You're like, okay, how else are they gonna? Oh, and the Acolyte coming up, because that was the last
Filoni
series.
wasn't behind the Acolyte.
I know.
So,
But like just coming off of the last batch of, they were bad. They were bad batch.
it was a bad batch.
So I was a little nervous, but when it was like, okay, Dave Filoni, and I
Holy
forget
Filoni.
Holy Filoni, and the other guy, the co-writer,
John Favreau.
not John,
No?
not for this. There
Oh.
was another guy who was the co-director,
Specifically
but
for
he
Maul.
had written other episodes for Star Wars: The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. And he did like episodes that he wrote, I liked. So I
You
was
thought
like,
Rebels
okay.
was iffy? I thought Rebels was
Okay,
wonderful.
Rebels season 1.
Yeah,
It
season
was
1
just
is
so child, but I mean,
season 1 is a kid's show.
but it had to establish characters. The last the last seasons were fantastic.
Yes.
So Dave Filoni and Matt Michnovitz, He wrote 10 episodes, but like various episodes throughout Star Wars, Clone Wars, and
Clone
Rebels.
Wars. Okay.
And then Sam Witwer. Sam Witwer for me is one of the best characters, like actors for Star Wars, because he is a nerd.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen like some of the behind the clip scenes and stuff. Like
he's
actually
very
knows
loyal, yeah.
so much about the character and the lore. And he's I don't want to say he's a method actor, but he really does get inside of his character's head.
He played in the show Once Upon a Time. He played Mr. Hyde of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Oh.
And it was one of the most gripping performances I'd ever seen. I was like, this guy. And when I was watching that show, this was after Rebels and stuff, I was like, man, where do I know that voice from? I was like, oh, it's Darth Maul.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know him from Force Unleashed, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. He was the character
like apart
actor
from Star Wars.
I saw him in The Mist, which was
yes.
That was a good. I mean, he only had like a first like 10 minutes of it.
Yeah.
But just such a gripping actor. And the voice is just, especially for Darth Maul, like that is just so iconic. I want to talk about that a little bit later because his secret to voice acting for Darth Maul is green apples.
Pray tell.
Green apples. Because, well, okay, I guess we'll go into it now.
We'll talk about it now.
So Darth Maul has that kind of sinister
grovel
register. It's not vocal fry, but it's not easy on your throat. So Sam, when he's in the recording booth, he has sliced green apples. And it's like the perfect amount of like moisture and I don't know, whatever is in apples that keeps his mouth nice and moist. So that way he can have that sultry kind of
he's just in the background
voice.
Like, right, I'm ready.
But that's his little secret.
Yeah. My so the setting of this show, when we were watching, I had to ask you, are they clarifying where this is set? Because the only when it's set, I mean, because
this whole thing just drops you in so cold.
Because the only context we get is Maul saying, with the Empire rising, it's making things difficult for all of us. And so I'm assuming, okay, it's early days of the Empire, probably. Like I wasn't sure. But when we arrive into this series, Maul has become a crime lord. Maybe not as big as the other major crime syndicates, but he has amassed a pretty good support system. I forget his sidekick's name, that woman.
So this is picking up and just reading some of like the reviews and stuff online and some of the forums. Basically this is like happening sometime after Star Wars: The Clone Wars, before Rebels, but also after Solo, A Star Wars Story.
Oh, yeah.
Because he did have the one feature with Kira, and then they had the one hologram scene where he like told the Shadow Syndicate to go, or the Shadow League, whatever they're called, to go in hiding. And then this picks up after all of that. So all of these like syndicate lords, syndicate leaders have like made a promise to be loyal to Maul, and apparently, so, like in the first episode, it is apparent that they've broken that trust.
Yeah,
they're trying to make money on their own without consulting Maul. Anyway, so
it leads into my overall complaint for the series, because I don't mind what we've gotten. It's gripping, it's compelling. Animation is as beautiful as ever. And we were talking about like the hand painted backgrounds by the look of it. And that final season of Clone Wars, very crisp and high quality. There were moments when I said, that doesn't even look animated. That looks live
real
action.
No,
yeah.
the obviously the color palette, the color grading, the smoke effects, the lighting alone is amazing. The animation, like the backdrops are just gorgeous. The actual animation, like I don't see any clipping. All of the motions seem fluid. Now, granted, there are a couple of like the high speed chases and stuff. The camera cuts so fast, you're not going to see much anyway. But the animation that is there looks very fluid.
But my overall complaint is actually kind of tying back to the question we asked earlier, how did we get here? For me, we've seen enough already of, especially in these Star Wars animated series, of like, crime lords, the depths of Coruscant, what's going on in the local crime syndicates, and we got people who are just barely getting by and struggling to make it. I've seen plenty of that. I want to see how Maul got himself to this point where he has people he can order around, where he has a sidekick who will do his every bidding. None of that is explained. Maybe it will be in future episodes, but to me, that would be
the far more compelling story.
Because the last time we saw Maul was in Clone Wars final season, I think, if I'm going by the timeline correctly, where he escaped Order 66. He had been with Ahsoka, and he got away again. Okay, and then what?
Pick up the story there.
I thought that we were probably going to pick up from there, because now Maul's going to be like, all right, what do I do now? I got to start from scratch. First things first, I need a number 2. I need someone who will do whatever I ask, no matter what, and stuff. This, we've just fast forwarded to that point. And it got me thinking, it's a similar issue that people had with, I don't know if you saw A Quiet Place Day 1. So I know you weren't a big Quiet Place
I saw fan. The first one. I think I saw the second one.
The second one I remember you didn't like.
Yeah.
So A Quiet Place Day 1 is a prequel showing how
I
the
saw
monsters got here. And I'm not spoiling anything. The monsters arrive, and it's day 1 of their arrival.
Why could you ever guess?
And our main protagonist, when she encounters the monsters, it's like, the whole city, like everyone's running rampant and going crazy. Then she gets knocked out, I think, passes out. And then we fast forward, she wakes up in like an abandoned movie theater with a group of people huddling, and they're all saying, like, shh, no, the monsters don't like noise. A lot of people were upset because, like, what? Like, now you're just dropping us into a setting that we already know. We wanted to see, how did they figure out that the monsters don't like sound? How did they figure out that they can't make any noise whatsoever? And so for me, that was a similar feeling. Like, I want to see how Maul got to this point.
It's always one of those, like, okay, is that in the director's cut? Like, did they snip out like for time or whatever? And they're like, okay, you don't need this bit. I agree that that story is more compelling, honestly, seeing, because I don't care about a Lord Syndicate leader. I want to see one scruffy guy bootstrapping his way up. Like you said, I could see how there's like a big gap, and my problem is that we're not going to go back to it. Like, how are they going to go back to it now? Like
what's the point of a flashback? What purpose would that serve at this point?
So you already know that they're never going to touch that period of time.
Unless we get a Maul prequel series.
I don't know. That sounds pretty good.
But I saw that a Maul season 2 is already in development.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah. If they keep this pacing up, I've heard really good things from people that have seen, like, reviewers and stuff that have seen the full 8 episodes. They say it's really good, which is like awesome. Filoni, keep up the good work.
Only reason I was skeptical is because I don't believe that every single character in the Star Wars universe needs an entire series devoted to them. Look at Book of Boba Fett.
Well, okay, that suffered from other. Kathleen Kennedy, I'm looking at you. But Filoni is back in the, back in the saddle.
Yes, because some characters are better when we leave some of the mystery to them.
Luke Skywalker, for one.
Yeah, and is anybody asking for a big Luke Skywalker series? Not that I know of. Some people have been clamoring for a Darth Vader series. And then I saw some people counter, like, isn't the entire movie series a Darth Vader series?
Basically. The whole thing is about him.
But I actually would be curious. A series that I'd actually be intrigued by would be a Vader series, picking up directly from the end of episode 3.
I could see that.
Where he's figuring out how to be Vader. Where he is.
I want the awkward where he's like still trying to figure out how to walk
and breathe and do this.
Do the little squeeze, the mental.
Like, all right, I only did this once and it didn't
kind of work.
Well. But, like a series where he's like becoming more animalistic. We kind of got some of that in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
We got a little bit of that at the end of Rebels. At the there's bits and pieces of it. There's no one overall like series that is dedicated to that change. But a lot of that, and I think there are, which is kind of nice to see this because we've seen Maul in the Clone Wars as like he figured out Sidious's plan as he tries to like convert Obi-Wan over to his side and stuff. And then we see it pick up later in Star Wars Rebels where, they're at the, Mount Doom and he's going crazy because
he betrays long. Ezra.
Yeah, that whole bit. So it's like, okay, there is a gap here that we've seen where he was, where he is. How do we get there? So let's start connecting those dots.
That season 2 finale of Rebels, I think it was a 2-parter. I think two of the best
episodes. That's up there.
Episodes I've ever seen. I'm probably going to watch them after you go home.
Oh yeah, that's probably. I kind of want to go back and after the Maul series is done, go back to Rebels and watch that arc again.
Are we going to try to fit in recapping like every single piece of Star Wars media
we can't.
in time for this? No, we couldn't possibly.
Okay, so let's just go through this arm keeps getting my way. Let's go just run through a quick breakdown of this episode. You're talking about the episode 1, just so we have it covered.
Let's take another quick break before we get into that.
Before we get into the meat.
Yeah, there's so much going on here, so let's just relax and we'll be right back. Hi, folks, we're back. Let's get into a brief recap of the first 2 episodes of Maul. Dave, action.
I think one of the reviews that I saw online really highlights this whole series in a nutshell. It said, "This is peak Star Wars. This is peak Star Wars," and I agree. At least from episode 1 and 2. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm like a Maul expert, but I did read the original Maul Shadow Warrior Legends now. And it gave you like a nice breakdown of like his.
It's Legends, and it's not a real Legends.
Book. Come on, it's still canon. Get out.
Fanfic.
Thank you, George. But it gave you that kind of breakdown, not into Maul's background, but like into his psyche. Because like in the movies, you only ever see like he says like, "Yes, my lord, it shall be done," and that's it. That's like all he ever says. He has like two sentences. So a lot of this seems to harken back. A couple other reviews online said that this seems to kind of be picking up George Lucas's original like underworld scripts. Because after the movies and stuff, he wanted to do a series about like the little guys that live on Coruscant, the little scrappy people, that, like the nitty gritty underworld of.
Wait, pause. This is a very exciting announcement. I just closed all my rings. You may applaud. And I have them set really high. So.
What, like 500 calories?
No.
8 hours standing?
No. 750 calories.
15 minutes exercising?
750 calories. What are yours set to?
I'm not on trial here. I'm not on trial here. We're talking.
If I tell you mine, you have to tell me.
You have to tell me yours first.
I've got 750 calories.
750 calories.
I had to be honest with myself and reduce it recently because I think I used to have it to 900 calories, but now I work from home and
that's not gonna happen.
I don't do as much walking as I used
900? Good Lord.
I was making that before I moved. But yeah, so now I've gotten it down to 750, 45 minutes exercise and 12 standing hours.
45 minutes. And you do that every day?
I've been doing it every day. I've been like this month, I've been trying really hard. The work from home life, I did this a lot before the winter. Winter is what really
ruins tough.
Everything. But the work from home life, you have to schedule time to leave the house. A lot of people I see on social media, they're like, okay, this is my work from home checklist for today. Number 1, leave the house. Number 2, follow up on my emails. Number 3, leave the house.
Wow, that's a long list.
So just making sure I go out and take my walks and stuff. So anyway, okay, what are yours?
I think mine's like 550 calories, 30 minutes exercise, 12 hours standing.
Yeah, I don't
like that I dropped the calories, but I'm like,
it feels like you failed.
I know every time,
calories, but you're just being realistic. Like I'm not gonna be able to go to the gym for an hour every single day, and
I wish we you know, for one small donation, you can help Sam and I go to the gym for an hour every day. See the link in the description.
We'll host the next episode from the gym. We'll just bring all this equipment. Sorry.
From the gym.
You're like, coming to you live
From the bench.
Planet Fitness.
From the squat rack.
All right, I'm sorry. Completely derailed what you were saying. Go on.
Yeah, where was I? Okay, so Star Wars Underworld. So
Yes.
George had this idea to do more of this like nitty gritty, like stories of the bounty hunters, story of like the underworld, the gamblers and such. So we kind of have this look at the. I'm guessing this is on Coruscant.
Yes.
They make a cheers later on in episode, I think 2, where the lady says. Catalor?
I think they said that in episode 1 as well.
Catalor.
It was a little guy saying it in the first episode.
And I'm like, is that a no? Because earlier he says Jabosa.
Oh, that's what it was.
Jabosa, Joba. You know, where she says Catalor, and I'm like, okay, is that like to Catalor? Is that like to the planet or I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
I
it's
haven't had
Coruscant.
time to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's Coruscant. So you have like this initial. They're moving all of these bank credits on this dock at this bank. And this starship of Mandalorians, this one, they call it Spybot. That's the name. That's the name from the closed captioning is Spybot. So they attack the bank. They steal all the money. The cops try to give chase, but like there's a whole trap for the cops. And eventually they have this Martin Brando looking cop show up in like a sweet leather jacket and the collar and stuff, and he's like, I guess the lead detective. They never say that, but they just kind of
It's implied.
got the look. He's got the look of this kind of like police detective. So he's starting to like try to piece it together, and he's like, it doesn't look like the local syndicates. This looks like something different. We're introduced to, we never get their names. There's a Twi'lek, a young Twi'lek girl, and I call him the Birdman with a goatee. He's kind of this older gentleman with a hood.
Uh-huh. And if he's wearing a hood and he's a good guy, you know what that means.
Probably going to be a Jedi.
Probably going to be a Jedi.
But he has a staff, so you're like, okay.
Oh, so he's wise. If someone in Star Wars is carrying around a staff, it means they've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Yoda's cane.
Are we doing a full detailed breakdown?
No, I'm just kind of doing the summary because I wanted to talk about like that's kind of like the main character introductions. You have a couple of the other like syndicate leaders, but I don't think they're gonna last.
I did like
so the main characters is this old Jedi in hiding, this young Jedi also in hiding. You have Maul. You have Two Boots, who is the police's robot. Then you have Lawson, who is the police detective. That's kind of like our main players for this series.
The only thought that ran through my head where we saw Birdface, we don't know his name. Maybe we do, but we didn't pay attention. But I just thought to myself, oh, what do you know? Add yet another Jedi to the list of those who survived Order 66.
That just upsets me so. I got triggered watching it. I was like, the whole point of having the rule of 2 was that so when Luke faced off against Palpatine, there was mano y mano. And now we're just like, oh yeah, there's just all of these other Jedi. I'm like, where are all these other Sith?
Now I understand
that don't claim the title.
I understand why it's realistic that there were a lot of Jedi who did survive Order 66, but I don't like it because it undercuts the drama of having
Order
them
66.
all
I know.
wiped out. I understand, like, it is logical to assume that they didn't get around to everybody.
But what gets me is at least in my head, I'm like, the rule is one the balance of the Force brought one Luke and one Darth Sidious. That was, and then Anakin was the swaying vote. But now you have all of these other Jedi that claim the title of Jedi. In like some of the other books, in like Karen Travis's Republic Commando series, they had, I forget her name, but she like revoked the title of Jedi. She's like, I'm out. That's it. Even Ahsoka kind of doesn't. She's like, I'm a gray Jedi. Which I'm like,
gray
okay,
Jedi used to be so cool, but now when everyone is a gray Jedi,
yeah, moral ambiguity is just not. If everyone's doing it, it's not cool.
It's not cool.
But you have all these And like, okay, in my head, I'm like, that makes sense. If you revoke the title of Jedi, but you're also not a Sith, then you really don't count against this count of the balance of the Force, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, but all this to say, Maul's entrance in this first episode
was now the intro, the title card comes on like 2 minutes in, and it is a jam-packed 2 minutes between the bank, the heist, the robbery, the police chase, and then like they surround them, they're about to surrender to the cops, and then like you see the boots coming down, the metal feet come down the gangplank.
This was the type of fan service I like. Between the Duel of the Fates,
Tastefully
chorus
done.
coming in, it felt like a callback to Palpatine's entrance and arrival onto the Death Star in
It had the
episode
little
6
the little
with, like,
entrance
the
ramp.
steam
Oh,
coming
it was
up.
so good.
I was like, oh,
It was so good.
this is what we came for, and that's why I'm staying.
To be fair, I do think it's really funny that in episode 1, Maul is like, I prefer to work in the shadows, and then proceeds to, with his hood or not, go ham in every single battle with the cops, lightsaber out. They have like a one scene where they have like him in 4K, like literally like a 6-foot Maul.
But in the shadow.
But he's working from the shadow.
And like at that point, that's when the title card should have dropped. Like he should have looked at the camera and be like, I prefer to work in the shadows. Maul, Shadow Lord.
Hi, you're probably wondering how I got here. My name's Maul, and I'm a shadow.
Actually,
what is it? The title?
Lord.
Lord.
Shadow
I'm a
Lord.
Shadow Lord.
They need to bring back like the 80s sitcom style intros where it's like
Like people come in the little
in the shadows and you've had a long day. Like Maul is like gutting some crime lord that just looks at the camera like, oh, hey.
Is this going to be the next? Is this going to be the next project?
That would be a very heavy project to undertake. The face paint alone would take
Let's
hours.
Commiserate project 130.
Probably
5.
Yeah. We're running out of time. We should probably wrap it up.
I'm trying to remember if there's any important bits in this episode. So they kidnap the little girl. They break out. There's this whole bit with the syndicate leaders and Maul. Basically, he's pitting these guys against each other so that way he can come in and get his revenge.
Yeah.
Maul lives on revenge and anger and hatred. So he builds this whole plan to break into police headquarters to get the one guy, not Demas, the other guy.
Demas was the
Demas was the
lord.
guy that died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought he would.
Vario.
Okay,
So
I
to
thought
get
Demas
Vario-
would last a lot longer, given how they were building him up.
Oh,
but-
also, I just want to say, I love how Disney thinks that every villain has to wear a fur collar.
Yeah, that's how you know they're
That's
bad.
how you know they're a bad guy.
That's
Is they
how you
have
know
a
they're bad.
big bulky coat with a big fur collar. Anyway, so they, we have some awesome henchmen that Maul is working with.
Yeah. Do
Do
we get their names?
Not yet. So
would say-
Lawson is
yeah.
the cop. Vario is arrested. Maul kidnaps Vario and the little girl, puts them both in like prison at their lair.
Now, the little girl, the young Twi'lek, this was running through my mind. Whoa, a young female protagonist who doesn't always do what she's told, but things always work out for her. Gee, haven't seen that before in Star Wars series.
I understand this, and a lot of people were complaining about that online. And it was interesting to see even like the community band would be like, no, Ahsoka was like smart and witty. She's just kind of angsty teenager.
She was the blueprint.
Yeah, she's quiet, that kind of moody. So they're not comparing them. Also, Ahsoka was a Torgartu, and then this girl is a Twi'lek. So
I think that was a big misconception.
oh yeah, they have head horns, and everyone, Leu actually. That's for the Twi'leks. Anyway,
Anyway,
so that's go watch the episode.
Go watch
it is
the
so
episode.
good.
We'll be checking back in.
And the nice thing is for like a season premiere episode, it's only 25 minutes. It's like a consistent sized episode.
Unless you're like me and you have Disney Plus with ads,
Also,
then it's going to be more like 30 minutes.
My commiseration for this week, because we
yeah.
didn't. Let me not put my slippers.
Did you
on.
guys see the slippers? So my commiseration.
I want to put
Tell
my
me
feet up,
about it,
but they're
girl.
just they're so fuzzy.
At this point, they're going to see.
Nah, it's fine. I don't want that on the thumbnail.
What?
All right,
I'm not
so
going to make a thumbnail of that.
My commiseration for the week, because we didn't talk about it, is Disney has yet again upped their prices with ads. Yeah, okay, you get bundled with Hulu. I don't want Hulu. I want Disney.
I love Hulu. You use my Hulu.
Actually, not recently. No, because you keep signing me out. It signs out and then says like you have too many devices connected, and this is not registered. And by the way, we hate you.
Before, like I'm talking back in 2017, 2018, before these streaming services really started cracking down on how many devices you could have, I gave all of my friends my Hulu login, and then they started putting a limit on like how many profiles.
Hulu is watching this right now, and they're actually banning you.
Yeah. Well, if you need the login
services.
information, just let me know.
Why? I had to get my own Disney. Now I have my own Hulu.
You have your own Hulu now?
Yeah, it bundles.
So I could have given it to someone else this whole time. I still have a roadish profile.
If you rent Disney, like
rent it,
if you subscribe
from Blockbuster,
if you subscribe to Disney Plus, the package comes with, like, even the lowest tier comes with a Hulu with ads.
Yeah.
Which is annoying. That's not a service I want. Just let me pay
Hulu's got some great
$6, $7 a month for Disney Plus.
Actually, a big plus for Hulu is now they have the entire, I told you this the other day, they have the
I
entire
know. We
Poirot
talked about
BBC series streaming.
Which we
that is huge.
do need to watch.
That is
I would say
huge.
review, but we're also shutting down the podcast.
There's like 70 some odd episodes of the Poirot
So
series.
ladies and gentlemen, if you're not going to go watch Maul, Shadow Lord, go watch Agatha Christie on Hulu.
Oh, Poirot, the BBC series, that was Samantha and I's like comfort series throughout the winter. It's such a good winter watch for whatever reason. Like a good British detective show is what, and like we still.
It's easy
we'll go back to
watching.
it.
Like it's very even. The pacing, there's not like any big jump scares.
Yeah, I love
The music is great.
Honestly, before we conclude the podcast, we should do a Poirot episode review with Samantha because she would actually have a lot
that
to
would
say.
be
Like,
nice.
my favorite moments
Sam,
are.
that means we're gonna have to get a third microphone.
Yeah, we'll make it work. But my favorite moments are when she's just watched like, "Oh, I can't stand Hastings. Like, you are so stupid."
And he's nice.
He's nice.
He's literally there to make Poirot look. He's a plot armor, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. We need to wrap this up. But in the meantime, thank you for commiserating with us. As always, you can follow us and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to connect with us on all of our social media accounts, TikTok and Instagram. And be sure to check out our Etsy shop, Mysteries on Demand, where you can check out our Murder Mystery Party Kit games. And we're always available to answer any questions that you may have. And we will see you the next time. Dave, sign us off.
Thank you for joining us for episode 1 of season 3. We've had a blast and we hope you have too.